About weird stuff.
Yeah, let's talk about some weird stuff.
Podcast. Two guys talking without wearing pants. Pantless. Podcast. You can take our ideas.
Welcome back to the Pantless Podcast. Here's your host, Austin Travis. Take it away, guys. What's going on?
Hi. And
There it is.
do you want to make the big announcement of our newest platform?
Which one
Right
was
off the
that?
top?
Oh. So I don't know anything about the platform, to be honest with you. I heard about it from another YouTuber. We are going to start auto-dropping our stuff on a site called Rumble. If you're not already on there, you probably don't know what it is. Just, if you watch this on YouTube, continue watching this there. I don't think there's going to be much difference. You're not going to see anything different. But if it's something you use, if you're an Audible person that likes to also use Rumble, you can come and watch us. I don't know what this guy's doing.
That's right. I'm getting some lighting. So I've been working on this, and I want to, for all of our newest people on Rumble, I want to invite you to drop trowel, sit down, and get ready for the Pantless Podcast. Woo! Let's go.
Once you actually
Yeah.
see these, I don't know when you're going to, because I think it's going to take like a year for everything to drop over there.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just learned about it 5 minutes ago, so
I learned about it like a day ago. So,
there we go.
hey, you been eating anything good this week?
Oh man, I have. I've had some good salmon.
Nice.
I've had some interesting pizzas. What was it? Onion. What is that? Onion dippy soup thing? I can't even remember what it's called.
Sounds great.
It was good. All good things. Didn't take any pictures, but
Nah.
yeah. What about you?
I'm trying to think. I don't think I had much at all, but I did make some fish tacos the other day for the kids.
Ooh,
And
yeah.
they got these new soft shells at Walmart. I don't know if you've seen at Walmart. They got those boat looking shells over.
The ones that sit on the table, like you can just put them there and they'll sit
put them there. It's got a flat bottom and it's a soft.
Yeah.
It's a soft shell. So it's like a tortilla shell, but it's in like a oval looking like boat. We call them boats. But they also have these, they're like a pita pocket kind of thing. It's tortilla shell. It's a soft tortilla shell, but you stuff things down in it like a street taco situation. I used those shells for fish tacos the other night.
So it's not really the shell that you're eating; it's the thing that's holding the shell. Or are you eating? Is it a soft shell that is maintaining form? I'm blown away right now.
Yeah. It's like a tortilla, soft tortilla shell that's like a pocket. Like it's, and you put your stuff in it and you eat it.
Ooh. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Good stuff.
I like it.
Good stuff.
Sounds good. Sounds good.
We buy those cheap fish patties.
I'm ready to start seeing what the people are eating. So please,
Hey, I didn't
go to our Twitter
hardly
at the
anything
Pantless Pod 1.
What else?
Show us a picture of what you're eating. That's what I want.
Do it. We'll try to check it. I don't think I ate anything else this week. It was kind of a boring week for food.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I had some great chicken and gnocchi. My wife made some chicken and gnocchi soup, and it was like the best that she'd ever made a couple days ago. Yeah. Good stuff.
I love gnocchi.
Yeah.
We used to eat it all. We don't really eat it too much anymore.
Live show.
Huh?
Doing it. No, I'm just.
What are you talking about?
I'm just reading. I just noticed like it says video connected. And it has a quote live show. What? I don't know why it's like pretending that it's not really live. I mean, it's not live, but at the same time, it doesn't know we're not live. Sorry. Went on a tangent, shiny squirrel.
So,
How about them Cowboys?
what about them?
They're gonna dominate.
How quickly are they going to go down by 3 touchdowns Sunday? They get the Sunday game, right?
Yeah, they're the
late-
second Sunday game.
So that's not too bad about how people were crying.
But you know what's really crazy? I heard my wife told me a stat that Sunshine, I can't think of it, Trevor Lawrence has never lost a Saturday game, high school, college, or pro,
Who hasn't?
ever. Trevor Lawrence,
Never
the
lost a
quarterback for the
Saturday game.
Jaguars, has never lost a Saturday game since he's been in
Nice.
high school, and he plays a Saturday game against Kansas City, and Kansas City's favored by 9.5 right now. So, could this be the end of his streak, or will somehow Jaguars find a way to beat the Kansas City Chiefs? By the time anybody hears this or sees this, we'll already know the answer because this will air after that. So I don't even know if we should even be like, I guess so people can make fun of us and go, boy, how you guys are wrong, and how Austin was right about the Cowboys winning. So really they're just going to make fun of you. But no, the 49ers have an amazing running game, so it's going to be tough. If Purdy doesn't have to drop back and Parsons can't get to him, it could be a long day for the Cowboys.
I have a feeling San Francisco's just going to run the ball right down their throat. And Dallas won't be able to stop that run offense. And
Yeah.
I think it's going to be San Francisco, New York, and the NFC.
Ooh, you're picking the Giants to
I think-
upset Philadelphia?
I think I honestly, I think they could.
Man, I don't know.
I think it'd be
Philly-
funny. I think it'd be funny.
Oh, it would be funny for sure,
Funny.
but Philly could be the best team in the NFL. I mean, they are so well-rounded.
I
It's,
honestly think San Francisco's better
it's wild.
than the Eagles
Ooh, all right.
because
They don't have the defense the Eagles have. They don't.
they do. They do. Bosa and all the other guys, the other 10, I don't know any of their names, but they're good. They shut people down. San Francisco has had to fight through adversity, play tougher opponents. The Eagles have played nobody this year. Really?
They were in the best conference of the NFL, sir, and came out as the number one team in the NFC, or in the NFC.
They
Going through the gauntlet, they had to go through Washington. They had to
They
go
lost
through
to
Dallas.
Washington.
They had to go through New York. That is
They're the
that is a
second-
gauntlet.
the second New York game, New York rested all their players. So this will be the third game against New York, but actually technically the second game because the first game didn't count. Or the second game didn't count. I just don't think Philadelphia... Their offense is unproven, in my opinion. Jalen Hurts is about the only good thing about their offense.
Interesting take. As
Yeah.
I mean, now that the 49ers have Christian McCaffrey, I
San
think the
Francisco's
49ers
got more
now have
well-rounded.
they now have the running game, but before that, nobody could touch Philly when it came to the run game. Now the 49ers have passed them in that department only because they added Christian McCaffrey.
I just think the Giants surprised the Eagles.
We'll see.
I think
We'll
the
see.
Eagles with their bye week, and I think the bye week hurts a lot of teams, and I think it's
We'll
going
see.
to hurt the Eagles, and it could also hurt the Chiefs. How crazy it would be if Jacksonville did actually beat the Chiefs, because the Chiefs are notoriously they are known for just botching playoff games.
They have before. They have.
They,
We've seen them botch a Super Bowl once. So
I mean,
like just
like the first,
Awful.
what was it, like the first 3 or 4 years of Andy Reid's tenure in Kansas City, they couldn't get out of their first playoff game. They'd be like they just roll through the regular season and just get to the playoffs and lose tragically to somebody, like a close game.
I don't know. I don't recall that. Maybe.
I've followed Kansas City because my brother and my dad are huge fans, so I do follow. Plus, my team never makes the playoffs, so.
But Patrick Mahomes won it in his second or third year. He won the Super Bowl in his second or third year.
He's only been to the Super Bowl twice. Lost his first one and won his second one.
I think flip flop.
Was it flippy?
Won the
flop?
Won the first one. Won the first one. Lost the second one. I don't know. I'm excited.
We'll see.
I'm really excited for this Super Bowl because I think either way, I'm going to enjoy it because there's not really any teams in there that I'm just like, oh gosh, I hope they don't make it.
There's only one team that's. I'm only hoping that for one team.
Dallas.
You guessed it.
I wouldn't mind. I would any matchup. I'm gonna be like, okay, this is gonna be fun. Unless it's Jacksonville. But if Jacksonville could somehow get to the Super Bowl, then I'll be like, all right, this is game on. Something's happening.
What would you say? What would you say if it was Jacksonville and New York?
Oh my gosh, that would be hilarious. That would be
everyone's bingo card would be busted.
Yeah. And then it's anybody's game at that point. I mean, who's the underdog? Probably still Jacksonville.
Probably.
Even though they're the division champ and New York got in by a wild card. Yeah.
Hey, who was I talking? I was talking to somebody the other day about how they didn't think that. I've heard some controversy behind people not thinking that the conference champions, the divisional champions, shouldn't be guaranteed a home game.
Oh yeah,
like
that's interesting.
Basically, by the way, it was talking that if Dallas should have hosted Tampa, and the Chargers should have hosted with Jacksonville because LA had a better record and Dallas had a better record. That just because they won their division, regardless of the record, they had that home game. Like when Washington, I think Washington hosted Tampa Bay that one year. When Heineke almost beat Tom Brady that year because we won the division that year. I think we were like, what were we, 7-8 that year? 7-9? 6-8, something like that. We didn't have a winning record. We won the division somehow. And hosted a divisional playoff game. And it's like, wait, this makes no sense.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm fine with it. I mean, it works out. I mean, Dallas just blew out Tampa Bay. It's not like there wasn't any kind of home field advantage there. Just destroyed them.
You got one of those. Dallas got one of those rare, fair weather playoff games.
They got to go to Florida and hang out.
Yeah, you didn't have to go play in the cold, which again, you're going to California this week.
Yeah, but it's Northern California-ish, so it's not going to be. It's not like LA.
It isn't.
So it's not.
Oh no, it's San Francisco, isn't it?
Yeah.
But still,
so it'll be cool. It'll be cool.
Isn't it funny that you started here, went to Florida, and then on your way to the next playoff game, you're like, I guess we'll just stop back off at home because that's on the way.
Yeah, coast to coast. They've got to be. I'm building my excuses right now. Coast to coast matchups with 5 days rest.
But if you and Philly, if Dallas and Philly both win, then you're back to here just to go up. Because if New York wins, you host, I believe. Yes. The only way Dallas gets to host a playoff game is if Dallas and New York win.
I think Philly wins by at least 2 touchdowns.
I don't think so. Agree
You
to
want to put some
disagree.
Doge on it? You want to put some Doge on
I
it?
don't have any Doge, so I don't have any to.
You sold off all your Doge. You're one of
I
those
never
guys.
had any. I set them out to pasture.
All right.
Hey, you want to
that's
talk
fine.
some breaking news?
Yeah, what's up?
Controversial breaking news. This isn't controversial, but I thought it
Oh,
was
okay.
interesting enough to report on. And I
Go for
honestly
it.
don't think many people cared, many people realized. Because I didn't
Oh.
until I saw a video about it. So, Miss
Oh.
Universe happened this past week. Don't know
Something
if you-
like that, yeah.
So,
I heard about it.
Did you hear? See, because I forgot that Donald Trump owned Miss Universe.
He owns her?
Oh,
Like, is she
The
a slave
pageant.
woman?
the pageant.
Oh.
Donald Trump.
I never knew that. Period.
I had heard about
How do
it
you
years
own a
ago.
pageant?
Somebody
That's-
has to own and run it. The
mean, I can
organization that puts on the events
Yeah, I thought it would just be like an but Donald Trump owns it?
owned it. It sold.
Oh,
It sold.
interesting. Okay, all right.
It sold to Thai transgender business mogul Annie Jacafong Jara. I'm gonna lose that last one.
Oh, Annie Jacophone Harvard. Okay, yeah.
Just made
I've heard of
history
them.
as the first woman to own global beauty pageant Miss Universe.
Okay.
But she,
Yeah. We don't want to get canceled. Although we are on Rumble now, so we could probably say what you were about to say.
I heard a lot of controversy about that because she made a big speech about putting the pageant back in the hands of women. Miss
Yeah.
USA won
Yes.
Miss Universe, but people also think that was rigged because it was hosted by the US this year.
Maybe. And I also heard it was the first Filipino woman to ever win it.
But it was
But Filipino American.
okay. Okay.
Yeah. But interesting.
Miss Universe did her own makeup for the competition.
Oh, snap. That's talent.
Some at Miss Universe didn't know know there was a war. Miss Ukraine says. Report on
Oh,
all the
wow.
news, sir.
Miss Ukraine was like, did you know there's a war going on? Or Miss Ukraine didn't even know there's a war going on.
It
What are you
says
talking
some
about?
at Miss Universe didn't know there was a war. Miss Ukraine says.
Well, I would imagine so, because I really wouldn't expect those women to be up on their foreign policy
You'd
news.
think they would.
I don't know. I would think they'd be more worried about how many views they're getting on their TikTok than how many bombs are getting dropped on the Ukraine.
I forget that's what. Yeah. You got any breaking news? I got one more. If you really want to test the waters.
Well, I will mention that Miley Cyrus, her song "Flowers," broke Spotify's single week streaming record. She had over 100 million streams in the first week.
One of those.
So
that none of those were me.
None of them were me either. So there we go. Fist bump. Or fist bump. Yeah, there we go.
Did you see the new statue to commemorate Martin Luther King Day? It looks
Where?
hideous. I didn't actually. I was so shocked at how bad it looked that I didn't actually see. It was like
Is it in Birmingham? It's got to be in Birmingham, right?
it was.
I'm gonna look it up. MLK statue ugly. Is that good?
Boston.
Boston. Ew.
Tell me how you truly feel.
That what? I don't even know what I'm looking at. Is that supposed to be MLK?
So after some researching it, it's supposed to be him and his wife hugging. But it's only their arms up to the shoulders.
Oh, okay. I see. Okay. That is really interesting. We need to.
Some angles it really looks inappropriate.
Yeah, the first angle I got was, I guess, from the back, where you saw the wife's hands like
Underneath.
coming up. Yeah, and it looks so weird. But then I saw the front, and I'm like, okay,
that one right there.
Still doesn't look 100% okay, but it makes it a little bit better because I kind of know what I'm looking at.
I guess. I guess this cost. They said this cost like $4 million to make it, to actually have it made, and I unveiled it, and it was immediate anger. Like, I guess, like, living family members of Martin Luther King are like livid.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, if you don't know what you're looking at, it's pretty bad. I don't want to get canceled, but
I just wanted you to see that, because that, like, something that could have been a quick...
I really want to retweet, like, I want people to see this on our Twitter, because our followers probably are in the same boat as I am and have no idea.
You don't want to retweet it?
But I can't, like, all these people, like, I'm not... Oh, here's one that's decent. I'll just retweet this one.
There are... Just some of them just don't... It just... Who thought this was a good idea? What? Could you not add some... Like, where's their heads? Where's their bodies? Why is it just arms up to the shoulder? Like...
Right. I'm going to do something... Can you favorite a video? There's a tweet that I just want you to see, that I don't want anybody else to see.
A tweet?
Yeah.
If you...
But I'm like...
If you...
But, like, how...
I think if you like it...
Okay. So I'm going to like this tweet, and then you go look at it, because it is freaking hilarious.
Hold up. So I think I can look at liked tweets.
Yeah.
I don't know Twitter, people. I'm not good at
You should be able to pull up... You should be able to pull up, like, our account, and,
My interwebs are not liking them.
I don't know. Yeah, you'll see it. Yeah.
So.
But yeah, and maybe people... I guess if you really want to deep dive into this, you can jump on to our account, and I think you can see, by going into our account, you could see the videos that we favorited, or that we liked.
Is this of it being unveiled? Is that the one?
Yeah.
Is that the one you want me to see?
Yeah.
Is it because of what it looks like?
Did you see? Is the video that I did share?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Is it's like what? I don't get it. Just the tarp falling off of it?
No, not that one. Not that one. The other one.
Hold on. Oh, let me click the right.
Yeah, that was the one that I retweeted.
Oh,
that was the one that I was...
Oh no. What are you doing to me?
Oh yeah, there's a video of it being unveiled. cracked me up.
she's having a good time, Austin.
Yeah. I mean, I probably would too. I
I think
mean,
I'm gonna pull our like off of that one.
yeah, now you can. Yeah, unlike it now that you've seen it. We don't need to be associated with that smut. Is that what they call it? Smut?
I think
don't
it's
know.
still gonna be on there, but we'll go ahead and close that. We'll just leave that one unspoken. You got any? You got? Oh, you said something about Miley Cyrus, so.
Yeah, she broke the single week streaming record on Spotify.
Dang right she did. Hey, did you ever try that game we talked about last week? That High on Life?
I don't remember us talking about a game called High on Life.
It was that game from the co-creator of Rick and Morty.
Oh no, I never did.
I actually
I want to see if I can get that on my.
you should be
Let
able
me
to,
pull up my Xbox app to see if I can get it on my computer because I don't really bust out my Xbox anymore.
I've heard it's pretty taxing on the old PC.
Is it?
Yeah, I talked to a guy at work and he said that his power supply wasn't strong enough because every time he tried to boot it up, his computer would just power down.
My goodness.
Like that? Yeah, that's something else. I actually beat the game
Yeah.
Sunday, and kind of glad that it was over, but at the same time, the game was actually pretty fun, and like the gameplay was good. What are you looking at?
Oh my gosh. I thought I was looking at the size of the game and it was how much space I have available. And I'm like, that is like the biggest game I've ever seen.
Should only be like 20 something.
Well, it says it requires 50 gig of space, but it doesn't actually say how big the game is.
Okay.
So
I didn't think I downloaded. I didn't think it downloaded that big on my Xbox.
but it could be one of those things where it's
Unpacks and then double downloads and then only takes up 20.
yeah.
Just how some stupid stuff works.
So I don't know, we'll see.
The game was, like I said, the story was meh.
Uh-huh.
The gameplay was good, but the game was funny, and it doesn't take itself seriously. One of the characters actually jokes about stuff being hid behind a paywall DLC coming later. That was a funny scene in the game.
So yeah, I'm not gonna put this because I just realized I don't have a controller to play it. I'm not gonna get it on my computer because that would be ridiculous. So I'll see if I can dabble in the Xbox sometime.
Need to get you one of these, sir.
Yeah, I do.
I love this thing. I got this thing for Christmas. It's so good.
Someday,
So good.
maybe when my
This
taxes come in.
this works on my Switch and my PC
Okay.
wirelessly for both.
Ooh.
Because it's got a little dongle that you plug in this reads directly from that to that on 2.4 gigahertz wireless for my PC, but then goes Bluetooth to my Switch.
Nice.
So nice. But
Yep, definitely need to get me one.
that I'm glad I got it for Christmas because I couldn't pull the trigger on buying it just for myself.
Right.
It's like $80.
Well, you know what you've inspired me to do? I'm going to go back. I'm going to download that on my computer. And then the moment I get that controller, I'm going to play it on my computer. So I'll start the 27-hour download right now.
As long as I don't know about your internet, but it'd kill my internet to where we wouldn't even be able to record anymore.
No, we'll see. Who knows? Hopefully it's smart enough not to do that.
I've actually watched some videos on that game, and there's so many secret stuff that I missed. And the replayability is not high, but there's a lot of stuff that you can't do in one playthrough. It's weird. Because, like, there's choices you don't even know you have in the game until afterwards. You're like, oh, I could have done that a different way. Like, one of the bosses, I found that there's, like, a secret... there's a secret boss fight that doesn't change the actual boss fight. It just changes the dialogue during the boss fight. Because your guns talk to you, and they narrate. Basically, they're the narrators for the game. And depending on what gun you have out, on kind of how the dialogue in a fight will go. But then you can actually, the enemies will mock you and make fun of you while you're killing them. And then the bosses are constantly yelling at you. One boss gives you an achievement just because he wanted to give you an achievement. Like, here, I'll give you this achievement, and you get an Xbox achievement that comes down on the bottom that just says, just because I wanted to, or something like that.
That's funny.
So
sounds witty. I like it.
I
just don't get onto the Xbox is not one of those things I bust out anymore. It's just kind of it's a Rock Band machine when I have company over, and that's pretty much it.
Nice. Yeah, I get that. So, hey,
Yeah. What's up?
retro movie review.
Retro movie review.
A retro movie, a outlier movie. I can't find this movie anywhere. Like, we're gonna get no Metacritic, no Common Sense. It's not even good enough for Common Sense Media. Honestly, it's a wholesome movie. I would give this one like a 3+, 5, like probably like a 4 or 5 star.
4 or 5 star for 3 years and older.
Yeah.
What would I? This would be a tough one because it's, kids wouldn't enjoy it at all. Really, probably. I would give it a 4 star for 13 and over. Kids getting ready to get into high school that might be able to appreciate a little bit. That's what I would go. I'd give it in terms of an overall, my Metacritic user review, I'd go 74.
I could agree
Or
with that.
7.4, depending on what they ask. What are you thinking?
No, that's probably where I'd put it. I think users would go into about a 6.4.
Okay.
Maybe even into the 5s. I don't know if many people would have. It's kind of a weird pacing in the movie.
Yeah, that's fair. It wasn't what I was expecting. But really interesting. Really interesting.
I was looking because the one guy that plays the kid. That's Greg Coolidge, which he's been in. I thought he'd been in more stuff, but I guess really not.
I recognize the son, the coach of Bartlesville. I recognize him from something, and I don't know where. I gotta look him up on the IMDb or something, because I recognize him from something.
Was he?
Do you know what I recognize him from? Because I don't.
Was his name Corey Lloyd? The actor?
No, he was John, the son.
It would have been John, wouldn't it? But they don't. His name. He don't. Oh, John. What? No. Is it this guy?
So this guy, he's an actor in 67 movies. So surely I've seen him in something, or I guess movies and television. He was in it. Of course, he was in the X-Files. Of course, everybody's in the X-Files.
Are you looking at Jay Underwood?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm trying to see like why I would recognize him so much. Unless I just recognize him from, I might recognize him from X-Files. Oh, there's like a really crappy looking TV show of the Fantastic Four where he was Johnny Storm.
I didn't even know that existed.
I didn't either. That's really interesting. I'm just going further back in time where I'm not going to know who he is. So it has to just be from X-Files, I guess.
In '99, he was in The Adventures of Young Indiana Jones.
All right.
I mean, come on, Barry Switzer.
Yeah.
How crazy that he was in there, you know?
He did a good job. I was pretty impressed.
Do what?
I was really impressed. I think he did a good job.
Yeah. Again, like I think we chatted a little bit about this at work. It's weird watching a movie that has real towns that you've actually been to a lot. Like it didn't mention your town, Claremore.
I know. It was kind of weird. I'm like, we're right down the road.
But it did mention my hometown, Oologah.
Yep.
They played them. I think they played them. And that one guy was like, I bought this knife. I popped down to Oologah and bought this knife from the store.
Yeah.
Like, I know where that's at.
Yeah. But it was really funny. It was that kid on the bike with the helmet. It cracked me up for some reason.
I don't even know. That's one of those. Why? What's going on here? I don't know who he was because they never really showed him. He may have been one of those actors I was looking at on there because.
Yeah, who knows?
That could have been Corey Lloyd. You didn't really see his face that well.
Yeah. Yeah. But I like those old guys on the bench where that ones they would crack me up and they're like, you just need to shut your mouth. Are you stupid?
He's just having flashbacks from the war again.
You need to try that thinking before you're speaking kind of thing.
That's where I'd seen him. The main guy played Will.
Yeah.
He's an American singer-songwriter. He actually is more well-known for his singing. He's a country music star.
Okay.
From it looks like from the 70s.
Oh. Anything I would know? Any hits?
Baby, don't get hooked on me. It's hard to be humble. I believe in music. Texas in my rearview mirror.
Texas in my rearview mirror. What's his name? Mac Davis.
He passed. Wow, he passed away in 2020.
Oof. Well,
did not know that. Rip.
Yep. Rip indeed. Just for that, he gets an add to our playlist.
Heck yeah.
Because we can do that. We can do that. Type in Mac Davis, and whatever the first thing that pops up, that's what I'm going to add.
Mac Davis, country
baby,
music.
don't get hooked on me. So
here it says, Mac Davis, the country music star and songwriter behind some of Elvis Presley's most indelible recordings.
Oh my goodness!
So I guess he wrote. Looks like he wrote and played for Elvis. He was 78 when he passed.
Well, look at him. Good deal. So, fun fact, our playlist now has 157 songs and can entertain you for 10 hours and 33 minutes.
Dang right.
Pretty impressive. That's a pretty impressive playlist. Going on a road trip, listen to that playlist. Or listen to us. Nah, you'll fall asleep if you listen to us. I don't want you to die on the highway. Listen to our playlist. That's some good stuff. We got some good songs. Do you remember the first song we ever added to the playlist?
I don't.
The Darkness. I Believe in a Thing Called Love.
Nice. I knew that.
Yeah. Yeah. Man. Some good ones.
So, I'm on Rotten Tomatoes here. Because there's not many reviews for this movie.
Let's get into some reviews. I'm glad you found something.
So, I don't think there's any critic reviews for this. No critic reviews. And my screen's okay. So, Rotten Tomatoes, he got one guy gave it a 1.5 star. Said boring and predictable. You could do yourself a favor, just skip this one. Don't listen to that guy.
Oof.
Next guy, and these are both 2019 reviews. So this is 20 years after this movie released.
Right.
Gave it a 5 star. Said it took me a while to finally start watching this, but after several recommendations for my family and a lonely day at the house, I finally watched it and couldn't have been more impressed. This film is incredibly sincere and heartwarming. Not much else I can say except that I strongly recommend this film.
All right. Nice.
This guy really likes to use one word over and over. Gave it a 2.5 star. As it is to be expected in these sort of movies, ridiculous premises layered on top of ridiculous premise to reach an obvious and inevitable conclusion. I thought he was going to say ridiculous premise again. Another, I'd like to thank people for suggesting the movie. This guy gave it a...
But was that predictable, though? I mean, I was kind of expecting, after the first half, I was expecting them to, hold them to that 6 points for the whole time and then score their first touchdown in 14 years to win the game by one. So what I was predicting...
Blown out.
I was predicting them to... something to happen and that kid to be the quarterback, maybe even on a field goal attempt, he...
They hyped up...
They scramble and he... Yeah, because he was the holder, so I thought something was going to happen there. And so that was what I was predicting. I was predicting a 7-6, miracle outcome. But maybe other people are like, oh no, they're going to get blown out. And that was their prediction. So predictable, I wouldn't go that far.
I will say IMDb users gave this a 5.6 out of 10.
Okay.
So I did say a mid 5.
So you were right there. Yeah, you were right there. You
said about a 6 to a 5. I was really hoping we'd get some common sense media because I was thinking consumerism on this one. Because it's probably one of the funniest scenes in my mind when him and that one boy are at the football field for the first time.
Yeah, with the root beer.
He's like, "You want one of these?" And he's like, "Mister, I'm not old enough to drink." He's like, "It's root beer. Drinking IBC root beer."
Yeah, I did. Yeah, but yeah, he was just drinking like he was just pop open a 6-pack and just
there was multiple times. There was multiple times in that movie that he had a 6-pack of IBC root beer.
I want to know, why was that boy it showed him as a kid and he was playing, the fantasy.
That was Wilbur. That was William. That was the old man when he was young.
But why?
He was being a football announcer.
I guess he inherited the thing. But I was like, why is there all these? Why are all these bags of feed all around him? Just so weird. Like he's just it didn't make any sense.
It didn't dawn on me until later that was him. For some reason, my brain didn't put that together. But yeah, that was actually because he was announcing that game that he was playing out in his head. I just thought it was crazy that when he started doing the radio shows, that he's pulling this all out of his head. He's like improving these games.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah. And apparently he didn't do it very well because that kid's like, you butchered all of those names.
I mean, if that's what he's butchering, it's just.
But I thought it was kind of unrealistic, the town getting into it as much as, like, I could see it being entertaining, but, they're like jumping up and high-fiving, at the bar or wherever they were at the diner, and it was just like, really? I don't know. Laughing, chuckling, I don't know.
At one point, when it returned back to the one kid on the little motorcycle trying to start it, I'm like, wait, did my movie start over? Like, this movie was like super clean, because like one of the cleanest movies I've watched ever, probably. Because there was no drinking, drug, smoking.
That's fair.
Which is weird for a 90s movie. I don't think anybody was smoking a cigarette.
Yeah.
I mean, there was no language.
I thought there was some language. Wasn't there? There was some, like, stereotypical football, like some D's and some A's and...
Not that I remembered. I mean, there was some, like... I don't know. That or I just didn't hear them.
You might not have heard them just because they were in... Like, it was just... It was very natural. It was very... Like, it was the stuff that you would hear in Collinsville if you're running around listening to old people talk about football, or listening to kids talk about football. It was just very, very just natural. Well, what's organic, I guess, would be the word that the kids are using nowadays. It just, yeah, you wouldn't pick it up.
I guess. I mean, I'll let you.
There wasn't any sexy stuff. I mean, there was the scene where they were kind of like necking in the car.
Yeah.
But you didn't really see anything. What else? I don't know. Just for fun, what would you say about it in terms of positive role models and positive message? Just for fun.
Positive role models and representations.
Oh gosh, yeah. How was that diverse representation, sir? You want to flag it for something?
Was it
good, bad?
There
weren't a lot of actors, but there were 2 black actors in the movie. In a movie of, 15 white people?
Of the 10 actors in this movie that weren't high school students. I was actually looking through the movie to see if there was anybody I recognized in the side characters, like during that parade.
Yeah.
No, I didn't recognize anybody. But I'd give it a 4, because he seems like, there's some he was a positive role model.
Okay.
I mean, I'd take it down a notch because of the mayor, because he was him out of town, and the flakiness of the 3 older gentlemen on the bench.
Yep.
But okay, I'm trying to read something here. What's your next category you want to do?
Positive messages.
I can give that another 4. I think it's pretty positive.
Yeah, I think so. I could go with that. What are you digging into?
I'm just reading a review here about. This was done in 2000. Somebody who lived close to Nowata,
Oh,
mentioning some people that were in the movie that were actually from Oklahoma. Says, as a note, our number of locals, folks like then Nowata, Oklahoma newspaper publisher Ken Mornan and Coffeyville, Kansas musician Rodney Lay,
okay.
who took roles and gave credible performances. I don't know what they
All right.
played, but
Is Nowata that far north?
north of Talala.
But like they would consider Coffeyville. I mean, I know Coffeyville's on the border, but
Coffeyville's probably about another 30 minutes north of Nowata. 30, 45 minutes. South Coffeyville. Because you get up there and you're getting close to Lenapaw and all them little towns north of Nowata. I only go to Nowata these days to cut through to get to Bartlesville.
oh, that's how you go.
I go up.
Oh, I forgot you don't live in Uka anymore. So yeah, okay.
I cut up to Veneta and over across 60, across Nowata to Bartlesville.
Okay.
I am a fan of back roads and shortcuts. I will take I will take 2-lane roads and go through some little bitty towns. I know.
Back roads and shortcuts. That sounds like our country album name.
What are you talking about? It's a heavy metal.
No.
It's a heavy metal emo rap album.
Oh man.
Fusion.
HMER. It's a new genre.
I jest, but there's probably somebody out there that's doing that. So
probably, and if there's not, there should be. I want somebody to take our idea and get out on Spotify. If you do it, email us or tweet us. We will add you to our Spotify playlist. If you come up with a heavy metal emo rap fusion album or song, we'll add it.
You didn't hear
Guaranteed.
So put it on your SoundCloud.
Do people still do SoundCloud?
Yeah, I don't think so. I'm trying to be an old. I'm trying to.
Yeah. I don't think we just lost like all of our kids are like what? I hear the trains are coming.
Oh, yeah?
So what are we gonna watch next week?
I don't know. What do you want to watch next week?
I don't know. What do you want to watch next week? Let me look up the Netflix and see what's
You find something.
Yeah, I will tell you, I was not a fan of how many ads were on Freebie.
Yeah, it was
not a fan.
Not well placed either.
Oh my gosh, it was awful. So frequent, and there were so many. So many. It's crazy. Oh, that is. If you show me a movie from the 2000s, you know what we haven't done yet? We haven't put a list. We haven't put a list together of movies we've seen because I'm just like, have we done this one? No.
Which one have we not done? I was thinking of one the other day, but
yeah. I'm gonna look up. I think it'd be a good one. Would be one of those like an old Jackie Chan movie, like a Shanghai Noon or a Rush Hour or something like that. I'm not finding anything like that.
Let me, because I got one in mind.
All right. You find it. You find it, sir.
Is it available anywhere? Um, is it on Netflix?
Oh, is that so new? You know you're old. You're like, oh, that movie is probably from the 90s. And like, nope, that was 2010. Oh my gosh.
Oh, that's on Disney Plus. Is it really?
Ooh, what's on Disney Plus?
This is Jackie Chan and Owen Wilson. Around the
But
World
it's
in
not.
80 Days.
Ooh, okay.
It's a Jackie
I
Chan
say-
movie.
Yeah, let's do it.
It's also got
Correct.
Steve Coogan. I think he's a British actor that plays the main. I think he's actually the main character, and it's got Jackie Chan in it too.
Okay.
Yeah, it says it's on Disney Plus. So let's fact check that. I don't know why I thought about this one as soon as I thought of the Jackie Chan movie.
But it's on Disney Plus, so we can.
It's telling me it is.
I can watch it without ads. I'm doing it. Don't lie to me.
Disney
Can't do
Plus
another
is
movie with
taking
ads.
Disney Plus
Not
is
so
taking a
clever.
minute to load up, but
Okay.
and it's gonna play the movie immediately. Yeah, it's playing.
Sweet.
Yeah, it's here.
All right.
Around the World in 80 Days. It's a 2004 movie. Why do you keep going dark? So, we'll watch
Nice.
that one.
Yeah.
I haven't seen that one for. I'll have to remember the one that my wife suggested. That she was like, "Hey, we should do that one this week, because we'd watch it together." Oh, I don't think you could. I think it's one of those that it'd be sketchy. We'll have to probably do that one in another week. Have you watched? Gosh, and I just lost the actor's name. It's the Romeo and Juliet movie with Leonardo DiCaprio and it's the
Yeah, with John Leguizamo.
yeah. She was talking about that
Yeah.
one the other day.
I really like that movie. I really do.
I've only watched it a few times.
It's yeah, I like it.
Was that really a 96 movie? Is it that old? It was. I think it looks like that's a Hulu movie.
Hulu.
It's one of those it's an HBO Max, but it's also Hulu. So that one's gonna be a rough one to watch. But I think I have it on DVD. That could be next week or the week after. We're gonna do Around the World in 80 Days.
Yeah.
And I think well, you got anything else?
Sir, I don't think so. I don't think so. I said we call it.
What are we calling it?
Let's call it. Yeah, let's call it.
What are we calling
Call it in there. We're calling it a show.
Oh.
Call it a wrap. That's a wrap. There it is.
Take this as you will.
Oh my goodness.
All right, let's get this. Figured out. Oh, don't do that. That was inappropriate.
see that, right? You have this up.